What's up, y'all? It's Dion here with another episode of the Guy's Guide.
You chose Chris.
And our special guest.
My name is Sharod.
Okay, we're going to redo that.
First of all,
I was rushing that a little bit.
pause for that, because that was a deep ass.
My
I'm
name's
sorry,
Rod.
my neighbors. You better talk regularly.
That is regular. It was the beginning of the sentence.
Okay. What's up, y'all? Okay. What's up, y'all? It's Dion here, back with another episode of the Guy's Guide.
And your co-host Chris, and
our
our special
special
guest.
Sharod Wilson.
Hey, buddy.
All right, so when we usually start these things, we give our guests about 5 minutes just to talk about themselves, their background, and what they have going on.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's see. Where should I start from? Like I said, my name is Sharod Wilson. Right now, I'm 20, turning 21 in September, and I'm currently a student at Illinois State University. And
The Timberwolves.
Timberwolves.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I'm from the south suburbs of Chicago. Not born but raised here. I can say while I'm currently at Illinois State University, I'm majoring in agriculture business, and that's a little story in itself. You know, typically, black people don't go into agriculture, so we can talk about that later if y'all want to. But I also run an organization called Healthy Black Men.
Oh, cool.
What inspired you to start that organization?
Healthy Black Men it first started off as like ideas around everyday life activities, if I could say. So, every day we walk around and we see black men that are physically strong and lack the mental capacities or whatnot to produce good behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or vice versa, we see a lot of black men that have good mental health, but they don't have the physical capabilities to produce that type of confidence within them, right? So, just seeing, this, I thought about, okay, if health is a problem in black men to get them to the next level, that's something that I need to attack immediately, right? And then after health, the second biggest thing that holds black men now, not just black men, but just black individuals, is finance. Our finance game sucks. And, I wasn't taught any finances growing up. So, I saw that this was a big issue once again in the black community. And since the black man is typically the ringleader in the family, so I'm like, okay, this is something else I need to make sure I put in. So it was health and wealth. That's the primarily focus of, orchestrating healthy black men. And so when I thought about it, okay, what makes a healthy black man? It's not just health and wealth, but it's also the everyday things that you do. So we have a saying that we go by every day. Today I will become a better man than I was yesterday.
Right.
Every day we say that and we keep it moving. So that's where it came from.
I like that.
I hope I gave a good explanation.
Yeah.
I was trying to be as verbal as possible. But
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. So when you sat down and you said you had this idea, what made you say, hey, I'm about to do this right now?
So what is this month? It's July. Okay, it's 2025. So I originally started this idea going into my freshman year of college, right? And it wasn't until ideas are only great until you make an action on it, right? And it wasn't until my good friend Dion here gave me that the motivation to get it done. So can I talk about the industry?
Yeah.
So when me and Dion got in connections back in Connected. And he brought me into the life insurance industry, which was a great industry to learn about. He put me on blast. He said, "This is Sharod. He goes to ISU and he owns this organization, this, that, this." And I'm like, "Bro, I don't own it yet, bro." And I was telling him, like, if it wasn't for you saying that, I wouldn't have put the urgency to make the thing happen. And so now that people knew, okay, this is what I do, it was like, okay, I got to do it now. And that was the first little momentum. After that, it was once I came back to school and I got it started, the amount of support I had was unbelievable. And that inspired me to go even harder.
So you mainly focus on the health, the body,
So
and the spirit?
I can break it down for you.
I think
Health and wealth, right?
Yeah.
So health includes mental, physical, and social well-being. So those are the three things that we do in that pillar. So 1 week or 1 day we may focus on something with mental, mental therapy or mental event. We have Bond with Me on Mondays, or we bond with each other, or we have just talk about past issues, current issues, or future issues, right? That's something to do with the mental. On the physical aspect, we have physical events, such as going to the gym or doing running events, or even some things like, we haven't done it yet, but a physical event can include dancing. It can include, some type of, just any activity that's physical, right?
Right.
And that's everything inside the health aspect, right? And so now we go out of health and we go into wealth. Wealth is everything to do with financial literacy.
Right.
So, excuse me, my bad. Credit, learning what credit is, learning about stocks, bonds. Now, I can say for sure that we haven't initiated the wealth program, the wealth pillar yet, because HBM is still relatively new. But going into this year, it's going to be a show. It's going to be a show. We have a lot of events that we're working on. We have a lot of guest speakers that we're working on, and actually, I want to stop right here to give my board a shout out as well, because my board are a board of strong men, and they give me the motivation every day to push, because they like, Sharod, we want it.
Yeah.
You can get it done. And so hearing it from them, it makes me go harder as the president.
Well, that's having that strong team behind you.
Yeah.
That's like, man. So, did you want to?
Yeah, I just want to pause also and be like, I just commend you, because it takes a lot to be a leader, and it takes a lot of not only momentum, consistency, and willpower to do it.
Yeah.
And I want to commend you for that, because it takes a lot, and especially to know you're doing it so young, before you're 21, knocking down a lot of challenges that people in their 50s and 60s have yet to accept.
Yeah.
Right.
You can just see the path that, where your future is going to be. Only thing I can say is just don't lose sight, because there's going to be so many different demons, so many different distractions.
Yeah, a lot of distractions, a lot of obstacles. And one thing I can add too, you said 50s. So this is a movement, and it's a movement for black men. And my target audience is, of course, right now, the easiest audience is, people of my age, because it's easier to connect. But I want to get to that level where I can affect all my elders, my adults, and then get to the point where we can start affecting the children. Get into these middle schools, these high schools, and start having programs when I'm there. Right? And so that is what HBM is all about. And to another level, like I said, today I will become a better man than I was yesterday. It's time to start holding black men accountable. And the only way to hold us accountable is if we here sitting down talking with each other, but not just talking with each other about our mistakes or our past or our trauma, but also putting the tools to help each other.
Yeah,
So,
better.
So you saying that? So what do you think that you can bring to the community, like to draw those older crowds and everything like that?
So, audience. I'm gonna say, as of right now, audience as right now we're in the process of getting the merch and everything created. But when you see a man or somebody that has a shirt on or has some type of merch that says "healthy black man," you're going to look at him and automatically assume, okay, he's either healthy in his health or he's either healthy in his wealth. There's going to be a man that that you can go to regardless, right off the bat. Right now, we don't know that we can go to each other because we have no history. So HBM brand is building this history through the word itself, healthy black man. So if that help answer the question, if not, can you repeat it again for me?
No, you answered
Okay, no, you
it.
definitely
And
answered.
I just want to commend you because, like, you being 20 years old, starting this when you were 19,
Yeah, 19.
and you're so advanced into this organization and starting this organization, starting your own entrepreneurship. This is this is stuff that we actually have. I can get out, but
We're just now getting at 20 I was working
Yeah.
at Walmart, working for somebody else, thinking about corporate America. Whereas obviously me being back there, it allowed me to learn how important my role was there.
Yeah.
But now you're learning from such age that I didn't learn until I was 22, 23. So it's like you're closing the gap.
Yeah.
And you're also, from that gap being closed, you're leading, you're making a pathway for other people to follow behind you. Again, you're the leader for the followers, and it's obviously not a follower in a bad way, but
Right.
yeah.
And you got to understand this too. A lot of people your age is looking into different ways of life, of the bad ways,
Yeah.
and you focusing on good ways to uplift black men and black people in general.
Right.
So I really commend you on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was I gonna
And
say?
if I can add a note too, I apologize for interrupting you, but it's 3 black men right here. three different black men right here. You're different than me, and he's different than me. A black man doesn't just simplify one thing. A black man is unique. So the fact that you have your own characteristics, I have my own characteristics, and he have his own characteristics, that makes a black man essentially better than any other man. You know, I hate to play the race card, but like we are so special that we don't realize it because of the trauma that we went through in the past. Yeah. So, you know, with me specifically, I understand, you know, y'all saying, you know, I'm young, you know, y'all commend me and everything, but like, them 20 years, I'm not gonna lie, if I can get deep with y'all, every day was a battle with depression.
Right. Yeah. I just got out of my depression. And I'm still going through it, so like it is hard to get out of that bubble. Yeah. But once you get out of it, you don't want to go back, so you work so hard to stay out of it. Yeah. So.
For me, I had a season of depression. I won't say there was no. Looking back at it, it was, let's say, going back to high school, going back to more recent years, it was me trying to find a hole to fill, a void that I needed to fill, and trying to figure out how I can like get away from feeling a certain type of way. And you know, obviously the money didn't change anything. Pleasing people didn't change anything. It was only getting my connection stronger to God and how I look at myself and being more confident as a strong black man. And it's funny that you say that because, again, more recently, just talking about the history of where we come from, Africa, as also where the Garden of Eden was. So our heritage goes back to the first ever created. And we've been so suppressed over time to forget who we really are and who and what power we really have, because obviously they're scared of once we lock in and truly.
I was just gonna say that one thing you really pointed out was you had to bring into your faith with God, and that's the same thing I had to get into. Is you having that foundation with Him and getting to know Him. I thought I knew Him and thought that I was like doing good, and it's not until this year that I actually buckled down and really committed to it. I really committed to like my spiritual goals, to work in harmony with my physical goals. So
that's good. That's good.
And that's when I got out that depression. Like that's when I was like, you know what? Why am I still sitting here in the in the same waddle instead of uplifting myself? Yeah. And I like because you have the organization Healthy Black Men, and it's actually uplifting black men. Yeah. So commend you on that.
That's the one word in my life I would stop right here and say, what is it?
Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize. You know what they say, right? About survivors. You know, because we are the survivors, we pick up unnecessary traits. We pick up the skill to learn how to survive. When he told me about, look at your diet. When you're not eating healthy, it shows your mentality and what you've been through.
I get that.
Look at how you sleeping. When you're not getting enough sleep, it shows what type of environment you're in. You know, so it's like when things are not right, it shows you what conditions you are in.
Yeah, it shows you through your body. And then another thing is valid. That makes so much sense because I just had it. Damn.
Well, until you figure it out.
No.
You just
the man said he has it.
Like, you said something that really...
Because it hit.
Can you say that one more time?
Survival of the fittest?
Yeah. And
by being survivors, we adapt bad surviving traits, such as like how we eat, such as, the sleeping hours or other things. I can point out many things. But
And that's what I was about to say exactly, because that's why I... like always in survivor mode, I have to make sure everything is right, or if it's wrong, I have to make sure that I can get it back right. Yeah, it's just like always on edge of. That's why I'm always. Did you do this? Did you do that? Because if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. That's why I'm always like that, because always in survival mode. I get it.
So when he was talking about food, it made me think of when I would go days, weeks on end to where I might have been eating straight fried foods. I'd go to fast food restaurants. I'd be eating pizza every other day, right? And then now I'm okay, I have a different diet. Even though I'm drinking carbonated water. I'm still drinking water versus pop every single day. I'm gonna have more of a healthier diet to where I have cherries.
Placebo.
I'll eat fruit. Yeah, exactly, a placebo. But I'll eat cherries, strawberries, grapes every single day with kettle chips. Like I'm altering my diet to create a healthier way of living because I'm at a different point of life, an elevated point.
Right.
Yeah,
So
and to go on with that, that's why I've been cutting down on no fried foods for the month of July, which I'm so happy that I can say I have caught up. I mean, like I'm committed to it, and I did it. I'm doing it still, but I can tell that I'm more energized, and I don't really drink that much pop anymore. If I drink a pop, I'll drink it like once every 2 weeks, and then it'd be like a diet.
Right. Okay.
Like I get what you're saying. Like it all goes down to survival mode and how you treat your body and how you treat your mental state. But I wanted to ask you a question about your organization. Like, what have you gotten in any problems with the organization starting it up, or any problems that you're getting through right now?
I can tell you, it's a lot of problems, but all problems aren't bad problems.
Right.
Now I look at a problem as it's good because it's progress.
Right.
If I had no problems before, I'm not doing anything. But one of the biggest things was because the organization is new. It's a certain way that I got to communicate to my board members because I got every day I tell them this is new, so we're gonna have moments that we hear, we're gonna have moments that we hear, as long as we keep progressing. And the reason why is because we got to figure it out. Right. I'm still figuring it out, so I can't hold y'all to that level of accountability. But I'm not gonna let y'all slack though. Right. So I think it's the fact of when we first started, I know they felt, dang, we just feel like we here. And we just got off, we just went into summer break. Right. We're on summer break now. So, I'm constantly reminding them, even though they starting to understand, they're starting to feel into their roles a bit more, just that the fact of it's new.
Right.
So, I guess, to revert back to your questions, yes, problems, but it's just problems.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a problem. You can't have any problems without growth. You can't have any growth without any problems. Yeah. That's So, when you're growing healthy black men, do you see it when it's becoming a movement, an organization? Is it spanning through just colleges? Do you first want to get into colleges? Do you want to get into like different, just different cities, and the organization is just going to be different cities? What's your growth plan?
So HBM goal is to get nationwide. Okay. Right. So for this first semester, because my direct audience, I had easy access to audience at Illinois State University. That is where HBM is currently headquarters at. But going into 2026, HBM will start expanding out, getting outside of ISU. Although a HBM chapter foundation will still be at ISU, we're going to start looking at, okay, can we put in this city, can we put in this school? Because I want to get into as many colleges as possible, break it down and go into as many high schools and grammar schools as possible. And while I'm on that verge, get an HBM outside of school as well, because like I said, I'm trying to get into the target audience of all black men. So that is the goal, that is the direction that HBM is headed in.
I love that. I just want, like, every time you talk, it just reminds me. It reminds me of my future plan, because I sat down talking to Chris one day, and I think Messiah was here too. We were talking about a nonprofit organization called the name of the insurance business, Developing Leaders Daily, but it's a youth organization.
A dope business that you should continue to do, because that's something that I'm looking forward to going to every day. Developing Leaders Daily.
Thank you. Yeah, because you're gonna be one of the people. You're definitely on the list.
I'm down for anything.
Cool. Because the list is broken down. It's essentially an organization or an academy. Okay. Broken down of different businesses inside of different industries.
Okay.
And so one would be, of course, finance. So then the next one would be the food industry, sports, a tutoring program, beauticians, real estate, marketing. Discipleship, and tent cars for Lorenzo. So everybody that is pretty much on the street, or all the children of today, young adults of today, they would pick their path.
Okay.
And
I like it.
And from that, we are creating a organization that's made up of young black people that are able to help the generation. And the more that you talk about it, it's, even though everybody that, some people that we've already had on the podcast, some people that we just networked with, everybody has their own industry, but it plays a part. It can be like +1, like they can connect. So now I'm just thinking about Mariah, when we were talking earlier. Mariah has her tutoring business that is from K to 12, plus SAT, ACT prep, all that stuff. But now she is a high school teacher. So she can get you in to talk to all the young black men, because that's one topic we were talking about while she was on here, all the young black men in all of the schools that she's connected to. So it's all playing a part. And then how Lorenzo could send his guy, or you could outsource people that want to, any guys that are in your organization that wants to learn how to go into real estate or tinting, okay, you can outsource them to Lorenzo. So it's like a fully functional system that we're putting into place. And
And culinary arts.
And culinary arts. Anybody that wants to.
It sounds like a great idea, and you know, to push the elbow back on him.
Don't you dare.
Know, I'm gonna for sure say one day, hey, this is Dion, or you know, this is Chris, developing leaders daily. This is where they're established at. So you know, I'm the type of master that I met is, you know, get it done, no excuses.
I receive that, and I respect
that. I gotta send it back to you because you're primarily, you know, one of the reasons why I made it here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A lot of people, you know, you inspire a lot of people.
You do as well, though.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, he just don't understand how many people that he's involved with that he's actually changed their lives. It's just, you know, he just doesn't see that yet. You know, sometimes you gotta smack it into him, but you know, it's okay.
Actually, like, so let me actually get him a story how we met. Right? Should I start with that? So I started working at Walmart when I was 17, my junior year in high school, right? And you know, I was never a real athlete, but I always had an athletic man. Okay, maybe I can get back into this industry one day, right? And then I went into the corporate, and I was like, what is this? Money look different now. And you know, when I went to Walmart, and I'm seeing him, I'm 17 at the time. So how old was you? I think he was like
20.
20, I think, 20. And I'm like, bro, there's no way. Literally came to him, there's no way you're a coach. No way. No way. And every day, I asked him about the business. And because of him, once again, you know, with the mindset of, okay, for now, every company I go into, this, I'm not afraid to ask my question, because I know there's somebody in every company that's willing to help you understand the aspect of whatever you're trying to get to.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you my story then, how I met this wonderful young man here. I was already at Walmart doing, you know, my due diligence. And next thing I know, I see this goofy kid that is on 10, 24 hours a day. Just goofy, but he also hardworking.
Right.
So all I know is I'm teaching him the ropes of how to stack the shelves, do this. Next thing I know, our team lead actually came to us like, hey, this person's doing this. Show him this, do this. So I'm showing him that. Next thing you know, he takes test spot. I'm like, oh, this is how we working out. But it shows me that he had that momentum, that drive right then and there. And it made me think like, oh, I can do better too.
Yeah.
Like, he don't understand even not even knowing that he's doing something. He actually helping somebody else, because it makes them want to drive to do better too.
Yeah. So no, he understands it. He just haven't experienced that moment in life yet.
Yeah.
That's what you're waiting on, because I'm still waiting on that moment as
Me
well.
too.
Yeah, I know you still waiting on that moment as well. But you can't wait on the moment though. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm learning the hard way. You can't wait on the moment. You can't wait on the moment. You gotta wait on the moment.
I'm just now starting to see my worth and see what I know how to do, and what I'm like. These hands can make a lot of things.
That's good.
And I take that for granted. This mind can make up so many different recipes, but I'm taking that for granted.
Yeah.
So it's just, I need to do what I have to do too. So this is like great.
Full transparency.
Yes, and it's great. What's the word?
Dialogue.
Not dialogue. So freaking Motivation, I'm sorry.
motivation.
It's great motivation. Because you guys are young, y'all younger than me. And it's just like, dang, if they can do it, like, why am I just still sitting here? Let me show y'all that I can do the same thing or do my own, go in my own lane and do, and be successful just like y'all are becoming successful. Let me be a part of that crowd, you know.
Right.
The people you hang around is the people that's supposed to uplift you. You don't supposed to hang around people that's not doing anything with their lives.
Yeah. Can I also get like, well, my input on that as well? Dang, I'm trying to see the exact thought. They're on a successful route or whatnot, right? Everybody has their own journey.
Right.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Even that little small notion of they're younger than me, it don't matter. Because there's still people that's 40 years older than you that's still trying to figure it out. Actually, you know, let's talk about the social media, right? Told you earlier, you know, I just started back on my social media. And I have to understand that, you know, with content nowadays, you see content all day. You see people that's very successful, what you think is very successful because they got a lot of flashy things, right? And even like, and mainly all the content creators have to understand they're figuring it out. They don't know what they're doing. It's just like, you know, the first industry that I was introduced into was the streets. It is industry, the rap game and all that, right? When you see that type of money, you know, it's like, oh yeah, they get money, but they don't know what they're doing. So when I start looking at every profession, nobody knows what they're doing. It don't matter how old they are, they just have more experience, but nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody is still figuring out. So if I was to say, you know, don't look at our age and say they're doing something great. Look at them as, okay, they're doing something great. I'm gonna do something great as well.
I like that. Really do.
One thing that I had to remember or think of when I was coming to the conclusion of where I am is a decent spot. I always saw my home. I always thought or looked at my home as an apartment versus a house because it was something that I always thought of as temporary. Okay, this isn't where I'm going to finish my life. This is just where I'm starting it for a certain period of time. So more so recently, when I began to be able to slow down and look at each room, look at the doors, figure out new tricks that I had in my house, even though I had it for 3 years, it was realizing, no, this is something that's going to be here for another 30 years, even if I'm not here. This is a house I could possibly, if I keep it in my family, I could pass down to my kids. And the surrounding area that we're in, it's actually appreciating the value. And so when I would drive down the street and look at all these vacant homes, not in this city, but like going towards Crete, let's just say that direction, and also going towards Indiana, you see so many new developing homes or just acres open. And I started looking around. I was like, there's nothing here yet, but somebody's gonna build something here. There's gonna be some properties, and this is gonna be, if they keep it, this is gonna be theirs. This, and it's like what? Just the same thing with cars, but people, it's the same thing, but people don't realize it. Like when you pay off a car, and it's a hand-me-down car, it's the same thing with houses. You pay off my grandma's house; she's not here anymore, but the house is paid off. All you gotta pay is the utilities. People can live in the house that's in our family real estate. So if people just start thinking like that instead of, that's why I always tell people, you know, always go into getting a home first. Even though the mortgage might seem, you know, expensive or it might seem like a lot of space, but you don't know what to do with it. You just don't know what to do with it right now. Apartment is just a temporary space that you're in for 30 days. The $2,000 rent is for 30 days. So you got to pay $2,000 again. You're only living somewhere for 30 days. So that's something that I always learned about. You know, that I had to learn about just me, because it's a standard that we all put on ourselves, that we aren't enough, and that we're not, that people always see us in a different light. But as long as we keep striving for the next best version of ourselves, and stop looking for pleasure from everybody else or acceptance from everybody else, because we're acceptance and we are those people.
Amen.
I gotta hit that note. I gotta hit that note. I gotta hit that note. Success. The best part about looking for success is if you're looking for good people that can help motivate you, right? You know, they always want to say you want to have successful friends. You know the hardest part that nobody talks about is when you're the one that doesn't have anything. Because you have a house, you have a car or whatnot, and you're successful and you're my role model, right? I don't have none of that. You have something else, You have, right, but you still have something. But you know, in your own way, I still look at you as successful, right? But man, you know, I'm hanging around y'all because I want to get to a more successful height. But in the back of my mind, consciously, I'm always thinking, dang. But I have gotten to that. I have gotten to the point where now it's becoming less and less and less and less. You know, what's the word? Y'all come on.
I don't know.
It's a great conversation, but we don't know what
It's becoming less and less on the front of my mind now.
Right, okay.
Now everything, everything is actually, you know, okay, success is success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know y'all supposed to ask the questions. Ask the questions too. But another thing that I want to talk about is character development. You know, going on this podcast, you know, the first thing I was asking myself is, what character am I going to display? Right? Because, you know, I got different characters. Right now I'm talking soothing stuff. In another moment I may be over extra excited. And another moment I may be talking more violently, more aggressively. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I just said that, but I may, you know, understanding your character and understanding when to use it in this environment that help you go a lot of places.
I get that, because like when I first met you, well, not like around the time that we were like, remember going in 1 o'clock in the morning at the office, you were still on 10, like your mind couldn't be contained, like you was just like this. I'm like, calm down, it's cool. Like you have those moments, and it's like, dang, you have so many ideas, and it's just like bottled up in your head, and you just need to write them down to get them, like to make them make sense.
That's crazy.
It's just like, yeah, we all have ADHD, just to let you know. Guys. But it's just like,
ADHD is not real, it's normal.
I give you that.
It's the way that we think.
I don't leave me hanging. I give you that.
Because think about, you know, now I don't know if y'all going to censor it out because I'm going to play the white card, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
When a young white boy have 1,000 ideas, he's put into an institution where he can capitalize on those ideas.
Right.
When a black boy has 1,000 ideas, they tell him, go focus on this, go focus on that, right?
They say go focus on it and steal the ideas.
And go steal the ideas. Or they tell them, oh, you have too much energy. You shouldn't be like that as a child. What do you mean? You telling a child they're not supposed to have that much energy? You mean to tell me you telling a child, no, they're not supposed to climb a tree 10 times? No, they're supposed to do it 50 times. Oh, but I get it, though. It's because we're not in an environment where you know how to make them thrive.
Oh,
So ADHD is no such thing as ADHD. No such thing as ADHD.
Poetry.
You know, I should start actually doing poetry, man. But, man, trying to focus, man. Trying to focus.
Hey, that is a version of focusing. You're focusing words into poetry, because some people, that's another thing too, people only perceive words based off of how it's given in context. So some people may understand better via poetry, which is just another version of songs. People might understand better through song.
Yeah.
The inspirational speakers. It's all, if you're able to tap into, and that's one thing that I want to eventually learn how to do, is tap into different perspectives through creating a tunnel in each way of communication.
Right.
And I feel like people of today, there's so much through, like what you were talking about with social media before. People are conformed introvert because of our growth in social media. And so it causes us to overthink to a point to where we're either in a self-destruction mode or we're causing our surroundings to be destructive. And I think it has separated and divided people, humans in general. And I think that's the next step, is hence this whole mental awareness event. Is learning how to have effective communication, not just communicating, because everybody has a different way of speaking. Just like your character development, you have different personalities, but you saying them, other people can't just perceive them if they don't know how to communicate with you. And so everything plays a part, and so many people don't have the patience to understand it and comprehend it, and that's another thing that we got to figure out.
We all got to figure it out. That's the way it is. We all got to figure it out.
Always, every podcast has to make his debut.
His appearance.
Yeah, he's washed, guys. He's cut. He's washed.
Look, he got on a little flag. Look at that.
4th of July flag.
How many years?
It's so small.
3. No, I lied. I'm gonna get this house.
You about 5.
16. 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
5 years old.
I got him. So I got the house in June, and then I got him in November. Yep. Okay. So
I got a question.
go ahead.
Oh, did you
No.
have a question? Okay.
I was just gonna create it.
I was just gonna create it. So going back to your organization, what was one of the biggest like moments amongst your peers? Like what was like, oh dang, that just happened. Like what was like a big moment in your organization?
A big moment in my organization.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Like
Like-
an achievement, like
like
a mental click goes off, be like, ding, we did this.
Yeah.
Well, so my first semester, the organization, you know, all the events was me, right? But I had my my homeboy, which is now one of my board members, my secretary. Shout out my secretary. You know, he was helping me. Okay, Sharod. Okay, if you want to do this, you know, I think you know it should be a little formulated like this or whatnot, right? But getting the feedback. So one day, I was just like, you know, you talk about overwhelmed. One day I was just like, you know what, I ain't got them no more. And they came the next day, it was like, yeah, Sharod, they said we're in the next HBM event. I was like, dang, okay. I can't turn it down now. So I kept moving. And once I got through the end of semester, I was like, okay, this was just with me. And I know it's a lot of bright minds out there. So once, you know, I put it online that, you know, HBM is looking for a board. A board came. And when I got my board, I was like, now it's time to move. Now it's time to move. So that, if anything, to answer your question, that was part of the big aha, because now I have 8, 9 great men who are capable of great things.
That's success. That's success.
That is.
I can't wait till y'all take those pictures, how you see in on Instagram Reels.
Yeah, I'm ready for the photo shoots. I'm ready for I'm ready for a lot of things, man. I'm ready for a lot of things. But most of all, I'm just ready to experience it. You know, I think that's the part of life where I missed out on a whole lot of stuff is because I was trying to do instead of doing and experiencing it. I know, so there's nothing like experiencing. So,
Living in the moment.
living in the moment. So, you know.
So what, in your personal life, because I know that was your business, in your personal life, what are some obstacles that you see yourself going through right now that you're fighting to like find an answer?
Okay, so 2 personal things, you know, I'll talk about, you know, one is my father, which just recently passed 2 weeks ago.
Oh, sorry.
The hardest thing about that is that my father was the chief in command on both sides of my family. And, you know, the type of lessons that he instilled with me, you know, and he's the, you know, if it ain't going, it ain't going. You know, it's no talking against him. It was none of that. And so he broke a lot of groundbreaking principles inside of me, and, you know, and if it wasn't for him, I would have lost myself plenty of times. I would have been in jail. I would have probably, you know, killed somebody in GTA. You know, it would have been a lot of things that I had done, and, you know, my father saying right there, son, I've been shot, I've been paralyzed, I've been hospitalized. You know, he going through me he walking with me through everything, and I'm still like, I still want to live my life, pops. I still got to do it. And he telling me, just think. And, you know, now all I think about is just think. So that was him, and that's one of the personal things was losing my father. And the second personal thing is my grandfather, and he's bedridden. And it's hard because he was another pillar of the family. And, you know, just to see that he's gone, you know, he's physically here, but he's still gone, you know, and mentally, as a man, sometimes you just gotta accept, okay, I can be sad now, but who's gonna be there for my family? And, you know, I'm willing to take the sacrifice of, okay, I crash and burn 30 years down the road, you know, when I got the empire, when I got the success, because at least I left something behind for my generation, because that's all I'm thinking about this generation right now. You know, rather as, you know, me taking a break right now and saying, okay, I need a year, I need 2 years, I need 3 years, because once you stop, it's hard to keep going. And so, just those 2 things primarily is 2 male figures. Now, I can go outside of that and talk about, you know, the life of not having no money for real. You know, dependency. I grew up thinking, you know, once you have a certain level of intelligence and once you have gifts, everything's supposed to come to you. You know, and I'm glad that I had nothing growing up. You know, I wasn't given anything. That was, you know, that was the best gift, because every day people don't realize it, but people depend on people more than they should. And when I got that concept in my head of, okay, stop depending on people, I'm starting to move way more fast. I'm starting to become way more successful. So I'm gonna say dependency and depending on money. That was one of my personal issues. You know, now I'm like, okay, I'm not afraid to go broke. I'm not afraid to lose everything now because, hey, I got a long life ahead of me now.
Right.
Okay, serious mode. So when you say that you essentially want to like think about it to the side because you're worried about or you're focused on building your empire.
Wait, so let me elaborate on that.
Please,
I knew
that
was going to be a question. So I didn't put it all to the side. I just accepted it because my father was the strongest presence in my family, the strongest presence in my neighborhood growing up, period, point blank. And my whole life I saw my father's health declining. And so mentally I had to prepare for my father's death. I can't give you a great estimate, but I can say I had to prepare for my father's death at least 11 times. Seizures, strokes, all these things. I had to prepare for his death 11 times. So it's like each time, I knew I broke down, I cried, and I was angry and everything. And now that he's gone, now all the lessons are starting to instill in me. And, I took the time and I was like, okay, this is it. I accept it, right? And as far as my grandfather, I'm not putting that to the side. It's just, that's going to take time. That's a work in progress. And that's the part that I'm understanding. So I'm not pushing anything to the side. I'm just accepting what is right now and what isn't.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That answers that.
Okay. I'm sorry. But I had a question about what was, you say he instilled a lot of things into you. What was some of the things that you put into your organization that he instilled into you?
Today, I will become a better man than I was yesterday. The embodiment of that is be your own man. Be your own man. Becoming your own man means every day you strive to become better than yesterday. If you're not striving, you're copying somebody. Who you copying?
And why are you copying?
And why are you copying?
Yeah.
Is it because of what they have? This is something that I have to actually constantly remind myself too. I know I'm speaking from a quote unquote trying to sound very positive and wisdom, but a lot of things I say as well is also a reminder to myself because I'm still figuring it out as well. But today I will become a better man than I was yesterday. Accountability. No excuses. Get it done. Always think. That was his main thing. He tell everybody in the family, I don't care what you do, just always think about it. It was actually, let me tell you a little childhood story. So, I grew up a little reckless, not really reckless, but a little reckless, right? And, Pops was like, man, that was some dumb stuff you did. And I was like, man, Pops, I ain't because, you get in trouble or whatnot, And then it finally clicked when he was like, son, what you do, son, just think about what you're doing. But you're still a child, so now I'm like, okay. So now I started doing great dumb things, right? I'm talking about masterful dumb things, planned out and everything. And I used to see, he used to be like, yeah, that's great. But in the real world, it ain't gonna cut it. That don't cut in the real world. So, always thinking no matter what. And then now, the business aspect. And business, they tell you never think too much. Because you think too much, you think yourself out the problem.
Right.
Or out the solution or whatnot, whatever it is, right? And so, but that itself is a thought process. So always stay thinking. That's the exclamation point.
Okay. So what do you do for fun?
Man, so, for fun, I stopped playing the game. So right now it's just living in the moment. I'm working out now. Told you, I'm praying now, meditating now. Right now, fun is getting it done. And because I believe I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna be able to splurge and things like that. But I just can't do it now. So I gotta live in the moment right now.
I get that you say that you can't do it right now, but it is time that you need to unwind. As a you all about mental health too, and that can be a mental block. It can start a mental block into your life if you keep.
So you gotta think about it too though. Every task don't have to be difficult.
I get that.
Every task don't have to be difficult.
But you have to realize that everything don't have to be a task.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Meaning that if you sit here and even though you just striving with your business, you're striving with your life, it is needed time to enjoy your life too.
Can I give you another example?
Okay.
Right now, I'm on a podcast right now. Like, let's get deep. Like, you know, it's business for y'all, right? It's business for me as well. But right now, this is my enjoying time.
Okay.
You might not look at it like that, but like once you get to that place where you like, you gotta
understand.
enjoy every moment. I just told you, I'm living for that experience right now.
Yeah. I receive that.
I do. I just, it's just like...
It sounds boring?
No, it's not. No, I swear it's
life
not.
is getting good, because I swear,
quiet.
I swear, looking at myself right now, like then I'll be like, dude, what you doing? Nigga, get your, bro, you gotta go hustle. You gotta go do something. So being at this place right now, I'm actually getting happy now.
Don't get me wrong. I was just about to say, yeah, I'm just shut my fat ass up. I get what you're saying. Like, okay, this is your unwind time. This is something that you do to unwind. I get it.
For me, it was always it was like that. It was like if I'm at home, that means I'm not doing something. If I'm sitting down for too long, that means I'm not doing something. Because I wasn't enjoying the time and the experience. That's why that's going back to the whole house thing. I was never here because I felt like if I'm here, that means I've slowed my work ethic down.
Yeah.
And with years progressing on, and not even necessarily being here, but wherever I'm at, I'm slowing down to look around, to look at the setting of where I'm at. Surprisingly look at people, not to just stare at people, but you can tell what a person is going through or what they're even thinking if you just look at them. The way that their mannerisms are, what they might be thinking, what they, if they're insecure, if they're introvert, extrovert, by what they wear. It's crazy to say, but the more people are out of their phones or out of their devices, you can actually start understanding more about people in real life. So I agree with your point. It's enjoyable just to be in moments like this to where you can sit here and make a podcast. Well, for me, I think of, okay, this podcast is going to be broken up into 30 different segments on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube segments, but then how long will this clip be floating around? Years down the line, people are going to come back to this and see it. This now might spark another networking opportunity for each and every single last one of us, especially you, because people are going to be moved and driven by the what you gave them in this podcast. So for me, this is enjoyment. I don't know if you think that same way, but
no, I'm absolutely agreeing with you 100%. And even after, you know, if we take business out of it, right? If we take business out of it, we look back, bro, we was really right there, bro. Yeah, 6 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Where did the time go?
where did the time go? The journey.
Don't get me wrong, guys. I am enjoying this too. It's just like, hey, I was saying that because it was the way you were speaking on it. It was just like a lot of work. And I was like, so when do you have time to have fun? But you answered that question. So I agree with you 100%. This is like a conversation amongst men. Like we having a podcast where it's being recorded, but this is also a conversation that we would have just had, and we were just sitting up there.
We would have been up there. You know, the best thing about podcasts is now we can put a camera on, and now people can join in our conversations now. So you know, that's how I'm treating it. You know, y'all told me, you know, relax. Once you relax, it is what it is. So, you know,
that's to your point. It's unfortunate how sometimes like I can't even be to relax in a podcast, but just knowing like if we were back upstairs in the kitchen, just having a regular conversation, the conversation would just flow, and then it would just eventually, we just talked about so many different things, business, personal, freestyle, and then, but I feel like because we've created such genuine connections, it eventually just flows out in a podcast anyway. So you don't have to fake it. You don't have to try and put on a mask for your audience. Either they're gonna like you or they're gonna swipe. I really don't care. This information is for the people.
Like, how long we been doing this? Do y'all care, people? Like,
and to think it's only been 8-9 months.
Yeah, and that's impressive.
Thank you, but
no, truly, it's impressive because you know y'all recording started the journey.
Yeah. At the bottom of this.
Right.
At the bottom, you know.
And I remember at the office, that was the first time and then before that, we was just like, we need a podcast. We need to just like have because we would have so many
open conversations,
great ideas while we're having conversations. It's like, dang, I wish it was on the podcast. Other people need to know about this.
And it would be so frustrating because it's like everybody talking about, oh, I'm about to make my podcast. It was that wave of everybody gonna do their podcast, but nobody did it. So I'm like, you know what?
I was just gonna say, I want to create a podcast.
So now you gotta create one for him.
You know, Like speaking truthfully, my podcast right now is just me putting myself out there. That's why I'm recording my content now.
Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Yeah, so
that's good. That's good. All these podcasts, filming in general, what I said for me, and this is what I always tell anybody that's wants to start filming for social media or just for their gallery in their phone, it is a visual representation or a visual journal for you to see your past lives. For me, this is why I loved filming and being on social media over the last years, but more actually consistently this past 6 months, because I have literally seen me transform and change in 2 or 3 different ways within the last 6 months. And it's cool, because when you get like in those moments where you're down lower, the depression starts to like creep in a little bit. I can just go back and look at where my depression was at its all-time highest, to where I was trying to get through it, but I was trying to put on this mask, but then get away from it, but now actually be at peace without it. And it's like you can see the different levels and know where you don't want to go again. And it's pretty cool.
That's inspiring, because I always looked at it as a task for me, because personally, because I didn't like to see myself on camera. I didn't like to hear my voice. I was just like I don't want to be on camera. But like now looking at it, it's just like, what's the big deal? Is if you having a conversation with a friend or just having a conversation to yourself, it's all gonna go into one. Just like I told you earlier, when you was like, we was flowing and everything. I was like, you don't have to really worry about the flow. It's just that once we start talking, we start communicating, it's just you're gonna get relaxed. You're gonna start not even noticing the camera there and everything like that, and it just flows with it. And that's why I'm like, okay, now I see what I've been talking about all these years. You need to get more content, because one, people want to hear. I mean, people need to hear what you have to say. And you don't know unless you record it. So,
and to add to that is everybody got ups and downs. Like
insecurities too.
Insecurities too. I got a lot of insecurities. One of my insecurities is how I talk. Like this whole like I want to talk so bad, and I want to be a public speaker and a motivational speaker and everything, but I don't like the way my voice sounds. And so to combat that, I started doing speaking, talking on the phone, doing the podcast. I'm doing everything that I hate doing.
You're doing
so,
That's funny.
That's so hilarious. Because I hear my voice too because of my lisp. Like, I have a very noticeable lisp.
It's like it got me more defined as you were talking.
I'm trying to not bring it out. But it's just like, it's hard to form my words sometimes. And that's why I have to just like pray.
Accept it.
So, pray and accept it.
Pray and accept it. Accept it.
Like, people understand what I'm saying. It's just like, hey, they probably gonna not know what the S word was.
Look, sometimes I can talk too fast, and sometimes I can talk too slow. Sometimes I can talk too slow where you can't pick up what I'm saying, and bro, you just gotta accept it. You ain't hear me, huh? Okay, move on to the next thing.
Okay, so. All right, so at this point of the podcast, we like to do like a rapid fire question. So just keep your responses short, okay?
I got you.
All right. So coffee or tea?
Tea. I hate coffee.
Okay. Coffee is amazing.
Okay, so. Ooh, I like that. So I'm going to go off of chicken or beef.
Chicken.
Oh, wow. Chicken.
Niggas.
You're crazy.
Might gotta give me some sharks after this.
Of course, bro.
But I can't never eat though. So, can't never eat.
Oh, the full meal, or you just can't?
No, I just can't eat. I gotta go home and pray and eat some fruit and go to sleep.
You better eat a meal.
Eat a meal.
Sure, I did eat a meal already before I even came here.
What was your meal?
Some pasta.
Oh.
No, I'm just landing. I'm finna go eat.
I'm like,
I was about to say, like, okay.
Well, I'm gonna go get my 6 piece right now.
Talk about eat some real fucking food. All right.
You're gonna edit that. Okay, question.
If you could master one skill, what would it be?
Patience.
Ooh,
wonderful.
If you can.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness. What is the animal that you would like to be if you was ever an animal? What is your spirit animal?
I don't really know. Sometimes I feel like a lion.
Okay.
And sometimes I feel like y'all watch. I know y'all watch Lion King, the bamboo.
Oh yeah.
He feel like he the wise one.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
I feel like him. So it's a back and forth between them two.
Rafiki?
Yeah, Rafiki. It's a back and forth between them two.
Okay. What's your go-to comfort food? I already know the answer. But.
Man, give me a 6-wing honey barbecue, lemon pepper from Sharks right now.
Oh my god. Fat.
What's your favorite scripture?
Scriptures, life.
Huh?
Wait.
How about that? See, you
what
said
is
that
that?
again once, and I always say life. Every day, life is a scripture. Life.
I don't know if that's a scripture in the Bible.
You gonna go with the original one? All right, but the original one, I have no favorite scripture though.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I got
We'll ask the question again.
Okay. What's your favorite Bible verse?
All right, in the beginning, God created. That's it. That's all.
Created. He just created.
In the beginning, God created.
Okay.
I
will take
respect
that.
I receive that. Okay.
Okay.
So last thing you searched on Google.
My last thing I probably searched on Google was. Oh, let me look it up. Hold on.
I'm not looking it up.
Good one.
No, that ain't right. Wish I had my laptop. Okay, the last thing I actually searched on Google was actually an app called E-Trade because I'm currently learning how to do option trading.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Okay.
Cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes into your agriculture. That's what I meant to ask you. More agricultural questions. Yeah, that's why we're gonna spin back to that later. What's the weirdest food you ever tried?
Don't say squid.
Dang, he reading my mind. I done tried a lot of weird stuff, so I can't ever think.
So we're gonna say squid. Okay.
Yeah.
If you were sitting down and you had one place that you would just like take a dart and you had a map of the world, where would you go?
Africa.
Africa?
Yeah.
Where specifically in
Everywhere.
Africa? Okay.
Doesn't matter where the dart go, just Africa.
Okay.
Gotta visit the motherland. Gotta.
Okay. Yes. What's something that's totally normal that freaks you out?
Man not being man anymore.
Oh.
Ask the question again so I can make sure I say what I said.
What's something totally normal that freaks you out?
Normal now? Yeah. Men don't want to be men anymore.
That's fair. Well, I mean,
Men don't want to be men anymore, and that's simple as it is, And it's a normal thing, and it's scary because it's like, at what time did we get to this point? When did we get to this point?
mm-hmm.
And,
When did we get to this point?
and okay, we gonna skip because I had a phrase I could say.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I know when, and I know at every phase when. So it's the saying that goes, weak times create. Wait. Hold on. No, harsh times create strong men, right? And great times create weak men.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in too much of a great time right now. But now I'm starting to see the momentum pick back up in manhood.
Because we are going through a terrible time.
But yeah, we are going through a terrible time. But like realistically though, if you look inside within each culture, the man is being beaten down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even necessarily saying by the other counterpart, which is the woman. I'm saying by the whole umbrella in general. And I'm gonna say to that note, society. Yeah.
Because there are so many. Well, I feel like because of how sensitive society is right now, that's how they're reasoning, or they're reasoning for us to be beaten down. We can't be strong anymore. We can't specifically think the way that we want to speak because it's going to hurt somebody else's feelings. And because it hurts somebody else's feelings, that's why it's so rigorous. They might take it so harshly to take it to court, get us arrested. That goes back to that whole white privilege thing of we can't vocalize our opinions because certain people get hurt.
Oh man.
Hey, somebody used to be ruthless with this saying, I don't care, get out your feelings.
That part.
Every day hearing growing up, and it just made you so angry.
Yeah.
But you understand it now because in the real world, being too sensitive gets you in a place more likely to die.
Oh, I love all that. But we are still in the rapid question rounds.
Yeah,
and
y'all slowing the pace down, man. Y'all just got to shoot it out. I was waiting on you because
I was about to go. Y'all had a whole conversation.
You just got to shoot it out, man.
Don't.
Anyway, if you could pick up one hobby, what would it be?
One hobby?
Yeah.
I'm trying to actually, I just told you I'm trying to learn how to option trade. So if I could pick that up as a hobby, option trade.
Okay.
Because if I can make that a hobby, then everything else in life is simple.
Okay.
What do you mean by simple?
Because my freedom now, I don't have to work for my money.
Okay.
I can make my money make money for itself.
Passive income.
Passive income. So, yeah.
How many working for you?
Another answer would be traveling. That's something that I really want to get into, is traveling.
Okay. Look at that.
I think this is going to be the last one. What? Oh, are you an early bird, night owl, or permanently tired pigeon?
Early bird, night owl, or tired pigeon?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely tired all the time, but I still
you
got
got
to get
pigeon.
up in the morning. So I'm gonna say all of the above, all of the above. Like it's no
So, you said you're going to school for which again?
agriculture business.
Agriculture business. Can you break that down for us?
So
Break
let
it
me
down.
tell you how I got into it.
Okay.
So I always wanted to go to school for business, right, and architecture or mechanical engineer, something like that. So when I was applying for school, I was applying all across the states, and I got some acceptances, and then I got some scholarships. And Illinois was like, okay, we can give you this little bitty sum for this, right? I'm like, no, okay, let's do it. And the month before I went to school, and I just told everybody in the family I'm going for architecture and business, right? I just told everybody. I look at my scholarship again, they say agriculture business. I say, what the hell is that? Literally, I'm like, what the hell is that? And so I looked into it, and it blew my mind away because this is something that I had a passion for all along life. Just, agriculture, everything to do with plants, how a plant grow, the animal side of it, production, and then the business side on the plus side. Now I can go a little bit deeper if you want me to, but just having all those things, it was basically a gift from God. And when I go on my trips or whatnot with the organization, seeing that, or just being in the class and seeing that, most of the people are here from, generations of, okay, in order for you to run this farm or for you to run this business, you got to go to college to do that. And to know that some of them came from that, and to know that some of them don't come from that background, it made me be like, okay, I can do it too. And so now my mind turned, my mindset, my long goal mindset is I want to have a farm with some acres. And if I don't have a farm with acres, I want to have a house with acres that I can farm on. Two different things. But yeah.
I get that.
So,
Jose, shout out Rick Ross.
Oh,
Yeah, shout out Rick Ross. Little chickens and stuff running around.
You know what?
when you are in, you talk about the organization, partnered with it. How does your passion play a part in teaching other people in the organization? Like, how do you bridge the two?
Can you reframe the question for me?
Yes. How do you teach people what you do in agriculture in your business, in your organization?
Okay, so how do I teach people in my organization?
Like, do you make any events out of it, or do you just kind of show them what you do?
I'm gonna say, okay, I see what you're saying. I'm gonna say I haven't yet. It's because I'm still getting my ropes into my major and everything.
Okay.
And not just that, I know personally, a lot of people are watching me now. And so for a lot of people to see, why is he farming? Why is he doing this? Just to see people looking at me doing those things, is okay, maybe it's something we can do too. So that right there is, enough speaking for itself. So. Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for like creating ideas or creating a new system in agriculture?
So with agriculture itself, right? So I'm really going to use my black card as much as possible, because agriculture black people needs to get back in agriculture. That's one of the big things that they took away from us when they put us in slavery. That's independence. I told you, depend on somebody is the worst thing that you can do.
Right.
And they took away how we feed ourselves. And if you can't feed yourself, and if they can feed you, they can stop feeding you at any point. So to get everybody back on that same concept of, okay, agriculture looks cool now. Okay, we can go back into it.
Yeah.
That's like if you give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. If you teach a man a fish, he can eat for a lifetime. So I get that. So you are planning on incorporating that into your organization?
No.
It's something separate.
So it's something separate, but the organization is already a foundation itself, right? Agriculture is something different. Now, will I want to have a event, maybe a agriculture business event dedicated inside or HBN one day? Yes, maybe. But those are two separate things right now.
Okay.
And going back to what you said about actually farming, and when I think about farmers that I see now, it's mainly white people.
Yeah.
It's mainly the other race.
Yeah. No, I've seen on TikTok there have been
some black people.
Yeah, there's been black people.
The ones I've only seen, I would say more so out here in Illinois.
Okay.
Only really seen the Caucasian demographic.
I get that.
And to just bring it back to more urban areas instead of rural and suburban, when you say they've essentially taken away our want or yearning to make our own food because we're so dependent on these foods that we have around the corner. Yeah. You got McDonald's, you got Burger King. You have a Walmart or a Target to where you can go get your own fruits and vegetables instead of wanting to do it in your own backyard. Right. And I think that is a dependency. Goes back to the dependency on somebody else to do something that you can do yourself. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What's a fun fact that not a lot of people know about agriculture?
A fun fact is that is the anatomy of a plant cell. It's so identical to our cell.
Yeah.
And it's not talked about. I think it's one thing that primarily separates the two, but it's so identical.
Really?
Yes. So it makes you think when you see a leaf or a tree, it's really alive. It's really alive.
You can talk to your plant and it grow.
And it can grow, you know. That's crazy. So, yeah.
I believe that. A lot of things that people in this world that a lot of people perceive as supernatural or illogical, I feel like makes sense.
It's because it's still dealing with life.
Yeah.
You know, actually too, you know, since we actually was talking about the organization and mental things as well, you know, if, you know, you feel like that, you know, you can't stay focused or whatnot, or this is something that I actually, you know, start doing for myself, is start growing some crops. And look at how long it takes for a plant to grow. And when you see it, you'll be like, in the beginning stage, you'll be like, man, well, I'm doing something wrong. It's not sprouting anything. Then you see the sprout, and now you're like, oh, I gotta take care of my little baby. Now it's growing some little more, and now you got a plant with fruit or vegetables on it, right? And, you know, enjoying that process, it'll help your mental out so much, your mental state out so much, I promise you.
Because that's like go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, you know, if you wanna grab some, you know, plants or whatnot, to just put your mind on catering to that, because it'll help you with life.
I got some, and I plant the empty pot that's upstairs. I got to see that.
Do you actually go detail into it? Okay, maybe, you know, let me check the soil out. Let me check the branches out. Now, it don't sound interesting, but like when you actually think about it like that, you know, you take your mind to another level.
And now that you say that, and it's growing on at every point of its growth, which you probably already came to this conclusion of the philosophy, but it's a person. It's a mindset that somebody goes through. Like, you know, the work that you're putting in now, you don't see anything. You don't see any growth. You don't see any change. You don't see any motion. You might get a little sprout. You got that sprout. It's exciting, but it still takes a second to get to that next. You got to keep staying consistent. You got to keep watering. You got to make sure. You might have to. Then eventually you get up to where it's sprouted 100%, and you got you got the fruits growing out of it. But at the same time, you also have to change the pot that it's in at the same time, because you have to grow bigger. You have to grow outside of that pot.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What happens when a tree dies? What do you do? What happens when the plant is in its growing stage and it just die out?
Replant? You know, can't you replant?
Exactly, and that's the point with life.
Also, like each season, tree dies in the front of the house.
Tree dies.
So guess what? You can either plant a new tree. I mean, it's still going to be a tree that comes, you know, back to it grows more leaves, more fruit. It's a plum tree in the front of my house, by the way, and so it's going to continue to grow every year. Or you can choose to plant a new tree. You can choose to plant a new flower or plant.
Now I know that you can plant the tree that close to another tree, because don't the
roots
like get intertwined and that can cause problems.
Yeah, 100%. You know, that's. I know.
So what's the difference then with how many trees that you see in the forest? Like they're all compact together.
And that could be one organism, low key.
Honestly, that's a good question. I don't have to answer that.
Okay.
I don't have to answer.
Because I would want to know. Like you said, it's one organism. It's like, are they really all flowing together, or they just made different technically sprouts?
Right. Because a tree, them roots is big. And so the forest, I expect them to be very big. But that's, honestly, but when I think about it, 2 trees can't grow right next to each other. Well, I'm just saying, it's probably possible, but I haven't seen it where 2 big trees are actually like next to that. I haven't seen it. If it looks like it, it's probably one tree that like probably split down the line. But if I was to say, it'll still probably be spread out equally. But I don't know the answer to that though. Yeah.
Something that just God created. We just, because like all the trees are here, and we just started making land. What else? I'm fascinated by agriculture because not a lot of people talk about it. But if you look at our ancestors and our family lineage, they used to do it a lot.
Yeah. That part.
And
sometimes unwillingly.
Wow.
Rough days.
Yeah. And
rough years.
Would you want to? I know you said that you would want to either get land, a farm with land, or like a house with land, with acres. Do you see yourself moving to like a state further south to buy those acres, build your property on those acres, build a farm on those acres? What would you see yourself in the future doing?
Well, I think it'll have to go with my expertise in my field because climate change, the north is more colder than the south. In the south, you can also grow more citric fruits, right? So if I'm more south, probably towards going Florida, if I'm going that way, then probably I'm all in with being sustainable on my own. But if I'm probably going more west, north, I'm probably strictly business probably. So that means that I'm probably either doing something with cattle or probably doing something with crops or something like that. So it just depends on what my expertise is.
So crops only grow in the further north, like?
No, so you can grow crops anywhere, but like for a specific crop, I said crop. For specific crops, region definitely matters. Okay. The region definitely matters.
So what could you cook? Not cook, but what could you grow further north? I know you can grow crops everywhere, but what survives north?
Corn.
Is it corn?
It might be corn.
Central-wise, corn is very good. North,
or if
I want to say probably wheat, but it's a lot of things. So honestly, I'm not able to give you I'm expert at this. So I know a little bit, but I don't know exactly to say this crop and this crop because a lot of crops can go cross region. So yeah. Okay.
I always wondered because I mainly would know, okay, the further south you go, the warmer it is, meaning the more things that can survive because it's not like killed by cold.
Yeah.
And I always also wanted to know, like, okay, the further north you go, it's harder to grow things, but there are things that you still technically can grow.
You can grow a lot of things in the north, though.
Yeah. That's what I never...
You can grow a lot of things, but it's just harder.
And it not being sheltered.
Yeah.
Sheltered. That's what I wanted to know. Like, okay, Alaska, you got Antarctica, all these cold
places.
I don't know what they're.
It's very, like, if it's snow on the ground, you can't really grow that many. You could grow potatoes, maybe.
Russia?
Potatoes.
Potato. Okay. That was always a fascinating thing because I remember the images from classes, but I never remembered what the actual.
You can do though. You actually, you work at Walmart. Ask one of y'all got a lot of vendors. Yeah. Ask them where they located at, where they grow it at.
California, Midwest, and Florida.
Yeah, a lot of things grow in Midwest, and a lot of farming operations, meat and everything. So,
That's one thing. Why I always say Walmart was the university that I always wanted without knowing, because you literally learn an aspect about every single part of business, every industry through Walmart. You learn the history of where, like certain factories, certain farms. You have to talk to all the vendors. When they have droughts, when they have certain problems with their food, they tell you to communicate. You learn about their business. And then the same thing when you're making business decisions when it comes to numbers, understanding margins. What is the best? What type of marketing do you need to do to make sure that you still hit your plan? Fast food, because you're at the deli section. It's like, okay, how do you make sure that it doesn't overcook? What specials should be going on? How many people do you? It's like everything plays a part, and it's so fascinating.
Don't act like y'all be cooking that stuff in deli because it'll be boiled. I know.
No, it does, some of the stuff he
I
cooks
know. I'm just
fried, but it comes in. It comes in. It definitely comes in already made, but we just heat it back up. Just heat it back up.
So we
We gotta ask
the question.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
You're getting a little irritated because the dog's on my bed. So the question is, so if you can think of one entrepreneurial aspect that we all can get in together, what would it be? Like, what business would you think that all three of us can like join together?
Together.
Do?
What is a business that y'all are thinking about doing?
Oh, we never even got asked this question. What business that we personally, branding, to be honest, in podcasts, like that's what we are in. We have multiple colliding businesses, but us together, I think that we all can get into owning a store. And saying a store because you know how to in your agriculture. That's not the word. Agriculture degree. Once you get that, we can all own a store. Walmart. We already know you know your business aspect. Me knowing about the food industry, it's just like we all can just come together and do that.
I like doing things that people have never done before. Yeah. Because it makes a statement. Yeah. So, the industry.
Rick Ross. No more shout outs to Rick Ross. I was just watching
things that people have never done before because I feel like it makes a statement. Yeah.
So what would be the?
Oh, the business. Yeah. So it would be a combination, kind of like how you said with the store, but I feel like again as Black men, we can lead, we can spark something in other people. Yeah. And with that,
in the community.
Yeah, in the community, it's like okay, you can.
I was like saying start a community.
Yes, spark. And no, to where you can spark the people that actually want to cook. You can be that light for them. And again, this will go back to the if it's a community organization or like a nonprofit.
That's what I was supposed to elaborate on. I was talking about that, but I was actually gonna tag, back to the HBM thing. I hate saying the word organization. I like thinking of it as a community because it is a community. Even when we talk about brotherhood, it's bigger than brotherhood because outside looking in, we are Black men trying to help ourselves. But over the whole umbrella, if the Black man can help himself, direct himself, guess who'll follow behind the Black man? The Black woman. And if we can get the Black man in touch, the Black woman goes in touch. But community. Thank you.
Communities.
No. I do think though that communities change a larger audience.
No doubt.
Yeah, if you think about and this is not even tied to a organized community. If you think about cities are communities. You got you got Flossmoor, you got Fort Heights, you got the city.
Yeah, because you ain't from the city if you're from Chicago Heights or not Chicago Heights. Flossmoor and Homewood. You're not from
Chicago. Yeah, it's different. So all these things play different parts, and they're just organic communities. Right. But how do all of these organic communities influence you and influence the people that grow up in them? Right. So imagine if we can grow a community that spans larger than just a one specific city, one specific state, and how we can influence larger audiences, just like how a city does. So.
That's funny because that's actually how organizations started. Because most times communities can't move because it's stationary. But with an organization, they can go from anywhere to anywhere. Right. You can't claim a community. I can't claim to be from Houston if I'm right here in Illinois. I can say I'm born there, I was raised from there, but I can't claim that community. I'm not there no more.
Right. That makes sense. So that's why organizations are formed. That makes sense. Hashtag new communities.
Actually, that could be the name of the organization. Hashtag new communities.
Who's gonna make it? No.
So, since I saw you the first time, real quick, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, especially to me too, because seeing you grow from when you were this kid, well, you're not a kid, but when you were just getting into adulthood, it just so much impact because I didn't even know that your your community was that broad. Like you got already 30 people, 30 plus.
Board members, I have 8 board members, but members, I can say a little bit over that.
Yeah. So it's just like, and it's keep growing. And it started out at a PHP, and we sitting here trying to get your logo right. And it was just like, now it's, the logo means something. A healthy black man.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you doing it, buddy. And I'm just so proud of you. I'm glad that you came on to our podcast. And I love like entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs around our age is so much to impact.
Yeah. So, was that all?
Yeah.
Okay. No. So, over the years, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. But in these short couple of years, you've shown me what it means to be a healthy black man. You've shown me what it means to influence people, what it means to grow in your calling, to grow other people. You are the epitome of what a father would want for a son. You are a leader, and I appreciate you because I think now you know your calling. If you don't already know your calling, is to lead people, and you are going to be in front of thousands of people that are going to hear your wisdom through the years that you've already lived and the years that you have yet to live. And I just can't wait to see you at the next pedestal, the next stage, or at the next checkpoint of your life. Because from the last point, from working at Walmart, we were staying there till 11, 12 o'clock at night, trying to get these things, all these features set up, all the back room together, to now we were at PHP, the office, till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to make sure that the business, you understand how it's working, you understand like the how to work a business, to how to understand how to operate with HBM. And collect your money and collect your team. And now you're on to a whole different path with those same fundamentals that you're picking up along the way like a sponge. And it's like, I can't wait because you're learning so many different things right now that's going to help you catapult. You're just taking up all the different avenues, all the different industries like a sponge that is just going to turn into this one big business for you.
And I can say one thing more is that you don't make up excuses.
You don't.
And when obstacles come your way,
I try not to.
And when obstacles come your way, you actually strive to do better. Or if you do get knocked down, you learn from your mistakes and you adapt to it and you go stronger than you were before. So that's a real big thing to have, like a big asset to have.
The more people around, the more you help them be confident, the more that you give off that energy. And that's why, again, you're a good leader. And that's why people can gravitate towards you, because you are pulling out the best version of those people. And that's between true people that want to be followed, that know they have to be followed for them to grow. They are comfortable with uncomfortability. And you pull that out of people. You also know how to have fun. You're experiencing all the characteristics of a true leader, and as well as learning still how to be yourself at the end of the day, how to get through your own life challenges. But like you said, like you just told me, like, no, still gonna push you to do, everything else. But I'm gonna just give it right back to you. No, I think you already know. You just don't need to stop. You already are on that path. And just, if you have a moment of regret, just don't let it overcome your true objective.
So keep going. I can't wait to see you on the next podcast and see what you have done.
But you're going to have a 3-piece suit on with Rolex.
I was debating on if I wanted to come there now with a 3-piece suit on. But if I can say some stuff too, is, I want to actually thank y'all for welcoming me onto this podcast. Because this is something that's hard to get into. And y'all hear it all the time. I want to do a podcast. I just said I want to do a podcast. Why haven't I started it? No excuses. Y'all are getting it done. So I give y'all a big round of applause for that. Not just that, y'all been doing it for quite a while. Although it's still just the beginning stages, it's still something new, because I promise y'all, every day while I haven't had my opportunity to be here, I was like, I can't wait for my opportunity to get on there. And then I can't wait for my next opportunity to get on there so they can see how I grow and they can see how y'all grow. That's the first thing. The second thing is developing leaders daily. I got to talk about it because I'm in a big leadership position, right? But nobody told me leaders need leaders as well. Leaders need mentors. So when I don't know where to go to, I know there's an organization out there that's trying to develop these leaders. And that is something that y'all are inspiring to get to that next level, and that's something that I'm looking forward to, and I'm actually happy that it's already here. So to give y'all back my round of applause, I just want to say thank y'all for real.
And
that's brotherhood for you guys. That's healthy black men for you.
Why you look that way?
I'm sorry. That's healthy black men for you guys.
All right, so okay, 3, 2, 1.
And that's theme.
You're supposed to.
Okay. And that's theme, motherfucker. And that's
3, 2, 1.